morning students. In the previous session we discussed about the graphical representation of displacement, velocity and acceleration, and also we discussed the phase of the particle in SHM. In this session we are going to discuss the force acting on a particle in SHM. Force acting on a particle in simple harmonic motion. We know from Newton's second law F is equal to ma. So F is equal to m, where a is the acceleration. In SHM, acceleration of the particle minus omega square y. So F is equal to minus m omega square y is the force acting on a particle in SHM. And also we can write F is equal to minus m, omega is nothing but a 2 pi by t whole square y. So F is equal to minus m 4 pi square by t square to y. So from this equation we can conclude that force is directly proportional to displacement and opposite to it, and F is inversely proportional to square of the time period. Okay na? So at main position, displacement y equal to 0, so force acting on the particle is 0. Similarly, at extreme position, displacement y is equal to a, so displacement is maximum, so force F is equal to minus m omega square a. So force is maximum at extreme position and minimum, that is 0 at main position. So force acting on a particle in SHM, F is equal to minus m omega square y. It is 0 at main position and maximum at extreme position. And our next topic is the expression for the time period of a simple pendulum. What is meant by the simple pendulum? A heavy point of mass suspended by light, inextensible or massless string is called simple pendulum. Okay na? What is meant by the simple pendulum? A heavy point of mass or heavy point of metal sphere suspended by a massless string, that is ideal string, or inextensible string is called simple pendulum. Okay na? Let us consider a simple pendulum having the metal bob of mass m and length L suspended from a rigid support. Okay. The distance from point of suspension, to the center of mass of the bob is called length of the pendulum. So what is meant by the length of the pendulum? The distance from point of suspension to the center of mass of the metal sphere is called length of the pendulum. Okay na? So let us consider A simple pendulum having the metal bob of mass m, length L, suspended from a rigid support. Okay. We know the weight of the metal bob, that is mg, acts in downward direction, where mg is the gravitational force. Now the pendulum is pulled aside and released. Okay. If the pendulum is pulled aside and released, it performs oscillations about a fixed point. Let it be A. Okay na? During oscillation, let the pendulum is at a point B. Okay na? During oscillation, the pendulum is at a point B. Okay. At point B, the weight of the pendulum mg again acts in downward direction. Let theta be the angular displacement. Okay na? Y be the displacement from A to B, that is arc of the circle. Okay na? So at point B, the weight of the pendulum is resolves into two components. One is mg cos theta, mg cos theta balances the tension in the string. Okay na? And mg sin theta provided the necessary restoring force, that is to keep the bob towards the mean position. Okay na? That is to keep the bob towards the mean position. Okay. So consider a simple pendulum of length L having the metal bob or sphere having the mass m, suspended from a rigid support. When the pendulum is pulled aside and released, it performs oscillations about a fixed point A. During its oscillations, let the pendulum is at point B. Okay na? At point B, the weight of the pendulum mg resolves into two components. One is mg cos theta balance the tension in a string okay, and second one mg sin theta provides restoring force. Okay na? Mg sin theta provides necessary restoring force to keep the bob towards the mean position. Okay na? From the diagram, displacement y is equal to AB. Okay na? Then restoring force F is equal to minus mg sin theta, where minus indicates restoring force. Okay na? If theta is very small, sin theta identical or equal to theta, where small angular displacements are vectors, large angular displacements are scalar. Let the pendulum makes or moves with small angular displacements, that is theta. So sin theta identical or equal to theta. So we can write F is equal to minus mg into theta. We know from Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. Okay, so we can write ma is equal to minus mg into theta. By cancelling, a is equal to minus g into theta. Say it is equation 1. Okay na? From the diagram, angle theta is equal to arc by radius. We know angle theta is equal to arc by radius. So theta is equal to AB by L, that equal to y by L. Say it is equation 2. So from equation 1 and 2, a is equal to minus g into theta, a is equal to minus g into theta, that is y by L. So minus g by L into y. Okay. During oscillations, g is constant, that is acceleration due to gravity where you are doing the practical is constant. And also during conducting the practical, the length of the pendulum does not changes because it is an ideal pendulum. So g is constant and L is also constant. We can write a is equal to minus k into y. So a proportional to minus y, where a proportional to minus y is the necessary condition to execute simple harmonic motion. So from this equation we can conclude that acceleration is directly proportional to displacement and opposite to displacement. So we can conclude that the oscillations of the pendulum is said to be simple harmonic. Oscillations of the pendulum is said to be simple harmonic. So in SHM, in simple harmonic motion, acceleration a is equal to minus omega square y. We know already. Say it is equation 3 and it is equation 4. From equation 3 and 4, from equation 3 and 4, omega square is equal to g by L, omega is equal to root over g by L. Okay, we know omega is equal to 2 pi by t is equal to root over g by L. So t is equal to 2 pi into root over L by g is the expression for the time period of a simple pendulum during one oscillation. Okay na? So t is equal to 2 pi root over L by g is the time period of a simple pendulum during one oscillation. Again, the restoring force necessary to keep the bob towards the mean position, F is equal to minus mg sin theta. If theta is very small, sin theta identical or equal to theta. Okay na? So we can write F is equal to minus mg into theta. From Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. So by equating a is equal to minus g theta, where theta is the angular displacement. We know from this triangle, angle is equal to arc by radius. So theta is equal to y by L. Say it is equation 2. From equation 1 and 2, we get a is equal to minus g by L into y. where G and L are the constants. So A is equal to minus K into Y, A proportional to minus Y. So we can conclude that the oscillations of the pendulum is said to be simple harmonic. We know in simple harmonic the acceleration of the particle A is equal to minus omega square Y. By equating equation 3 and 4, we get omega square is equal to G by L, omega is equal to root G by L. We know omega is equal to 2 pi by T. So T is equal to 2 pi root over L by G is the expression for the time period of a simple pendulum during one oscillation. And our next topic is seconds pendulum. We know time period of simple pendulum T is equal to 2 pi into root over L by G. The name indicates the time taken by the pendulum to complete one oscillation is 2 seconds. We know one oscillation is nothing but the to and fro motion of the particle. Okay na? So to complete one oscillation, if the pendulum takes 2 seconds, then the pendulum is said to be seconds pendulum. Okay na? So the pendulum whose time period to complete one oscillation is 2 seconds is called seconds pendulum. If T is equal to 2 seconds, 2 is equal to 2 pi root over L by G. By cancelling, 1 by pi is equal to root L by G. Square on both sides, 1 by pi square is equal to L by G. L is equal to G by pi square, where G is the acceleration due to gravity. So L is equal to, we know G value 9.8 meter per second square by pi square, identical or equal to whole square. Okay na? So L identical or equal to 1 meter or 100 centimeters. So 3.14 square identical or equal to 9.8. So the length of the pendulum, that is seconds pendulum, is 1 meter or 100 centimeters. Okay na? So what is meant by the seconds pendulum? A pendulum whose time period is 2 seconds is called seconds pendulum. Next, force constant. Force constant or spring constant. It is represented with K. Okay. Let us consider an ideal spring. If a block of mass M is attached to it, when it is pulled down and released, it performs vertical oscillations. Let Y be the displacement of the spring after applying the force. Okay na? We know F is directly proportional to displacement and opposite to it. So F is equal to some constant K into Y. Okay na? Where K is equal to F by Y, where minus indicates the force and displacement are opposite to each other. Displacement is nothing but a elongation or compression of the spring opposite to the applied force. Where K is equal to F by Y, where K is called force constant or spring constant. What is meant by the force constant or spring constant? The restoring force per unit displacement or the restoring force per unit elongation. Okay na? The restoring force per unit elongation or extension or displacement. Okay na? And the units of restoring force, that is spring constant, is Newton per meter are the SI units, and dyne per centimeter is the CGS unit. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో the force constant depends on stiffness of the spring and nature of the material through which the spring is made. Okay na? Simply it depends on nature of materials and stiffness of the spring. So what is meant by the spring constant? The restoring force per unit elongation or extension or displacements. K is equal to F by Y. SI units Newton per meter and CGS units are dyne per centimeter. It depends on stiffness of the spring and the nature of material. And our next topic is expression for the time period of a loaded spring. Consider an ideal spring. Let a block of mass m attached to the one end and other end is fixed to the rigid support. Now the spring is pulled down and released. Okay. Now the spring is pulled down and released. It performs vertical oscillations about a fixed point O. Okay na? It performs vertical oscillations about a fixed point O. Let Y be the extension of the spring or compression of the spring. Y be the extension or compression of the spring. And F is the restoring force developed in the spring. Okay na? Consider a spring that is ideal spring whose mass is 0. One end of the spring attached to the rigid support and a block of mass attached to its free end. When the block is pulled down and released, it performs vertical oscillations. Here we have to prove that the oscillations are simple harmonic and also derive the expression for the time period for one oscillations. Okay na? We know restoring force F is equal to minus K into Y, where minus indicates force and displacement are both are in opposite direction, and K is the spring constant. From Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. If m is the mass of the block, a is the acceleration. So we can write ma is equal to minus ky. A is equal to minus k by m into y. Okay. Here k is the constant, that is spring constant. M is the mass of the block, does not changes with the practical. So A proportional to minus y, since K and M are the constants while conducting the practical. So, A proportional to minus y is the condition to execute SHM. So, in SHM, that is in simple harmonic motion, acceleration A is equal to minus omega square y. Okay. Say it is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Okay na? A is equal to minus k by m into y is the equation 1. In SHM, the expression for the acceleration A is equal to minus omega square y. From equation 1 and 2, omega square is equal to k by m. So, omega is equal to root over k by m. We know omega is equal to 2 pi by t, that equal to k by m. So, t is equal to 2 pi into root over m by k is the expression for the time period of a loaded spring for one oscillation. T is equal to 2 pi into root over m by k. Okay na? So, again consider an ideal spring. A block of mass is attached to its free end and one end is attached to the rigid support. When it is pulled down and released, it performs vertical oscillations about a fixed point O. Okay na? During oscillation, F is equal to minus k into y, where k is the spring constant. Okay na? And from Newton's second, F is equal to ma. So, finally, A is equal to minus k by m into y, where k and m are the constants. So, A proportional to minus y. We can conclude that the oscillations of the spring is said to be simple harmonic. We know in simple harmonic, the acceleration of the particle A is equal to minus omega square y. By comparing equation 1 and 2, we get omega square is equal to k by m. So, 2 pi by t is equal to root over k by m. T is equal to 2 pi root over m by k is the expression for the time period of a loaded spring. And frequency. Frequency of oscillations of a loaded spring F is equal to 1 by t. F is equal to 1 by 2 pi into root over k by m. Okay na? If the mass of the spring is not considered, so the frequency of oscillations of a loaded spring F is equal to 1 by 2 pi into root over k by m. So, in this session, we derived the expression for the time period of a simple pendulum, and also we derived the expression for the frequency of oscillations of a loaded spring.